first ever Group 1 stage on turf here in Saudi Arabia. The NEOM Turf Cup presented by Howden has gone the way of Royal Champion, ridden by Oisin Murphy, trained by Karl Burke. We'll come to Karl in a second. Oisin's riding in the next, but for an 8-year-old Oisin, that was a career best almost.
Yeah, firstly, we're very grateful to Howden and Princess Zara and the Saudi Cup team with sponsoring the race and elevating it to Group 1 standard. I suppose, secondly, Karl has done an amazing job with this horse. I don't want this interview to get emotive, but Karl came back from cancer, and his horses have been flying the flag while he was ill. And it was truly extraordinary what that horse did today. He was push button, and also his regular riders missed out. Clifford Lee, who's Karl's stable jockey, he's returning from an injury at the moment, and he'll have this horse to look forward to. Now back to the race. Karl asked me to just keep it simple, go forward and give the horse every chance, and he was push button, Martin. He did everything I asked of him, and he won like a very good horse. So it's great for the race. It'll really help elevate and keep that Group 1 standard, and top marks to Karl and his team.
And did it surprise you just with the manner in which he's managed to put his stamp on the race?
His win at York I thought was fantastic, and his Irish Champion Stakes third was a quality level, and I suppose he probably reproduced that, if not a career best today. I also feel, although Karl mightn't agree, I think left-handed his form is truly outstanding, and it's not that the horse shouldn't be able to do it right-handed, but certainly going left, I was I was just delighted that Karl put me up.
And very quickly, Oisin, you're used to these big nights and these big international successes, but to come here, Saudi Cup night, 2 wins on the board, must be very satisfying.
Yeah, beyond my dreams, really. Best jockeys in the world. If we had a little camera in that room, you had Flavien Prat, Irad Ortiz, Ryan Moore, James Doyle. There are a few younger guys coming through, and obviously Karl's jockey's missing, but a privilege to be part of it.
Good man, well done. We'll let you kick on.
Thanks very much.
For the next race, there is Oisin Murphy, winning rider, and Karl Burke alongside. That must have given you a great deal of satisfaction, Karl.
Yeah, it certainly did. Now, he's a lovely horse. We were very fortunate to get him sent up from Australia. He only went to Australia, he was only down there 4 or 5 months, I think, before Sheikh Mohammed Obeid decided that it wasn't for him, and thankfully he sent him up to us rather than back to Rogers.
And just tell us a bit about the backstory of this horse. As you say, he started off with Roger Varian, there was a spell down under, his comeback to you, and you really seem to have found the key to him.
I don't know whether we found the key to him, but obviously our way of training has suited him, and the Yorkshire air has suited him. He's a very good horse. I mean, he's a Royal Ascot winner. He just got beat in the Canadian International, the Group 1 there. He was second on his first run in Australia in a group race. So he's obviously a talented horse. I know, talking to Sheikh Obeid before, when we got him this time last year, he thought we'd found another gear with the horse, and I don't know why, but I think that's probably true. When you watch his races back, he really quickens now. And I said to Oisin, he's a very forward-going horse. He's quite keen at home. Just get him in a nice rhythm off a fast pace, a bit of cover. He quickens really well, and he showed that today, thankfully. And
of course, you won in Bahrain in the race that's a qualifier for this. It was always going to be a natural stepping point, but it's a huge race to come for. Group 1 worth $3 million.
Amazing, and obviously just been promoted to Group 1, and the added prize money, it makes it all worth coming for.
And Sheikh Mohammed Obeid had some terrific horses in his hands in the latter parts, well, all the way through his life, but latterly some really good horses. This fella being one of them, I'm sure he'd be watching down and be very proud of what this horse has gone on to achieve.
You'd like to think so, and I hope so. Yeah, he'll be sadly missed. Obviously, a great shame for his family, first of all, but it's a shame for the racing industry in the UK, because he's been a huge supporter of it.
And as Oisin touched on, you've had your own troubles over recent years, but you've come through that with the support of your team and your family. It must be terrific to be on the global stage as well with horses like this.
Yeah, no, I mean, it seems a little while ago now. It was 3 years ago, but touch wood, everything's going the right way.
Good job. And the plan for this horse going forward, what sort of races would you have in mind?
Well, this was the plan, obviously, Bahrain, and after Bahrain, Sheikh Mohammed Obeid gave me permission to run him here. He wasn't a man that really liked to travel his horses too far, but he gave me permission to come here, and thankfully it's come off. He wasn't talking to him before he passed. He was never keen for me to send any horses to Dubai, but I did enter this fella in the 1800 metres in Dubai, and it would be an obvious race for him, but I'd have to respect the wishes of his family.
Okay, we'll see how we go with that. And as she mentioned as well, Clifford Lee, integral part of the operation. He had that unfortunate accident last year with the motorbike, but he's on the road to recovery.
Such a shame for him. I mean, he's missed out on 2 big paydays. Not that money is the total be-all and end-all, but it's a shame for him because it would have probably cemented another step in his career if he could have won those 2 races. But look, he'll be back. He's a tough lad, and he's well on the road to recovery. I think he starts riding out in the next couple of weeks.
Good job. That's really good to hear. Any questions from the floor? Niall's got a microphone we can pass around. Yeah, Pete.
Just quickly, a couple of questions. Sheikh Mohammed Obaid and what he sent you, has that allowed you to be more ambitious with targeting these sorts of races? A horse like Royal Champion obviously has gone on and performed on a world stage, perhaps that's allowed him to get to another level that maybe he's not being able to do at home. And just secondly, do you know what the situation is with horses remaining in his colours?
The horse went to Bahrain with Sheikh Mohammed Obaid's blessing. He was keen to go to Bahrain after he won the York race. That was a qualifier for that race, so he was keen there. And once he won in Bahrain, he was keen for us to come here. Beyond that, we'll respect his family's wishes, but I would hope they'll give us free rein. We've got some lovely horses with him and some horses that would do well on the world stage.
Do you know whether the horse is going to remain in his colours for this season?
As far as I know, yeah, they run in the yellow colours all season, yeah.
Anybody else? No? Okay. Well, Karl, many congratulations. Group 1 win here on Saudi Cup night with Royal Champion. Well done.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks.